Hello everybody, welcome to Channel Chat 81. My name is Infinity, and if you don't know, I'm the face, the voice, and the hands behind all the content under Infinity Crafting Co., including the website, including the social media, and of course this channel. Today I have a lot of stuff that I want to unpack, quite literally. As you guys may notice, I have a bunch of boxes around me. Infinity did a couple of yarn shopping sprees, hauls, whatever you want to call it, today over the last couple of months, and I decided to just wait until the semester is over and I can take a breath of relief and just kind of go through all my yarn, take it out, put it on my shelves. And I thought that I'd do a channel chat including that process. So anyway, that'll be later on in today's video. I want to talk about some cool things. So of course the semester pulled me away from the channel a little bit, or a lot of it. So basically things have been running on autopilot. I've had stuff scheduled at the wazoo, and it's just, anyway, I've had some cool developments to come up in the last couple of months. I think the last channel chat I did was mid-February when I announced my website going live. So it's been a while. Quite a few things have been going on. One of those cool things is I have reached over 3,500 subscribers, and I'm just like, wow. I'm very happy with that. Welcome everybody to the crafty community, as I call it, or the crafty family. I go between the two because I can't make up my mind, but they're one and the same. Welcome. I want to do a giveaway so bad, and so I am thinking up something really big that I can do between now and before school starts, so you'll have to stay tuned for that. I'll probably be putting out an announcement on the blog at some point about that, but I am so excited. Welcome everybody, and I hope you guys will continue to enjoy the content that I enjoy putting out. My second big thing is just the website in general. Okay, so if you did miss that announcement, I have been working on Infinity Crafting Co.'s website since the summer of 2018. So as you can imagine, that has been my baby, my project over the last few years, and it's been a point of much excitement for me. And I know I kind of blew it up and put it everywhere in February, but I am just so excited to finally have my own platform. It's been something I've been working hard at and designing hard at, and of course along the way, you know, I figure out different little glitches and bumps and I get them hashed out. I usually, well, actually what I've been doing monthly, on a monthly basis, I'll put out like patch notes, which has been fun because there's a lot of different things. You never quite realize how many different things that you fix or spruce up, and I thought it'd be fun to let my community know what's been fixed and all that fun technical whatnots. So yeah, that is a really cool thing, and I have a whole list here of things I want to talk about today because it has been so long, and you guys know me, I tend to digress quite often. So my next point is, oh yeah, I experimented a little bit with giveaways. So I did a giveaway recently of my Infinity Crafting Co. t-shirts, like the one I'm wearing, and I got one of my participants actually claimed their prize, and then like the other ones just kind of went to the void. But I will be holding more giveaways, like I said, as time goes on. I'm still getting things fleshed out and trying to get the website up where it's kind of paying for itself at this point. So that's exciting. That's an interesting challenge. Oh my god, it is such a challenge. I realized it was a challenge hosting your own website, but what I never realized was how difficult it is to maintain traffic. So if any of you guys watching this video run your own blogs or websites, let me know in the comments down below, what do you do to build your traffic to your website or build enthusiasm behind it? Because I'm kind of at a loss, and then I'm still trying new things as I go along, and I'm also starting emailing different people that I find who run their craft blogs and try to pick their brains and try to get some advice, because yeah. Anyway, let me see. I've been slow releasing my patterns. Some of you may know I really like writing patterns, and I actually have a long list of patterns that I've written. Some are already kind of typed up, some are still up in my brain cells, and other ones are in my book that has disappeared somewhere in this basement. But I have been slowly releasing my patterns, both paid and free, and that's been really exciting. I get a lot of engagement from that, from Facebook, and also what was really cool, I didn't expect to, but like when I started submitting my patterns to All Free Crochet, I get a lot of traffic from there too, so that's really cool. I didn't really expect people to find my patterns. It's such a huge database, but that's really nice to find out. So all part of my experiment here. What else do I have? Let me see. Oh yeah, I've been dabbling in podcasting. On January 14th, well, now you can't see my little plaque board, but on January 14th I started doing this podcast that kind of follows my little small business journey, and I talk about some of the challenges that I go through and some of the things that I've actually found that are effective in what I'm doing. It's a good time, I think, and I host it on my website or on my coffee blog. It's a paid podcast, so there's that. I have no finished objects. When I tell you guys I have not had the time to really craft anything over these last, well, 4 months, but especially the last 2 months, I haven't had time really to finish anything. So I think what I did one night, I just sat up and made myself use my Centro knitting machine, and I cranked out like 2 black beanies, and those are the only things that I finished over the course of the last 4 months, which was like, wow, that's kind of sad for me, at least, because I like to craft and I like to churn out stuff all the time. But I do have I do have whips. I have like 6 of them, and most of them are knitting. I started making this project with red, white, and blue back here, which is partially why I'm doing this recording, because I really want to get to my blue yarn. I am playing Yarn Chicken. I use Pounds of Love for this project, and I still have red and white, and I could probably get away with several more rows of that on this other panel of my project here, but this blue is like almost gone, so I really wanted to unbury my Pounds of Love, which I know are in this big box, and get to completing my project. And I look forward to releasing this project over the summer, actually. Also, over my little 2.5 month absence, I bought some yarn off of Etsy, because I'm like, okay, I want to start getting into buying from some of like the independent people who run their own small businesses and things like that. So I went on Etsy and I found this really pretty rainbow yarn, and I'm gonna show you guys the one that I haven't worked out of yet. It's called Jubilee Yarn. It's so pretty, and I'll leave the link to this in my description box. It's not an affiliate link, but I really like this yarn. I have never worked in thin, lacy yarn before. Well, no, that's a lie. I have, but I didn't like it. So I was very surprised that I'm enjoying this, and I started designing something, of course, because Infiniti designs things all the time. But I decided to start designing something, and so first of all, I got these really awesome knitting needles, okay, because they, like, look at the cable on this. This is huge. If I wanted to try it on, I could. So that was really amazing to me, because at first, when I first got these, they're like the, I hope I pronounced this right, the Chiagu Red Lace series. When I first got these, I thought they were going to be way too big. But I did want to switch up, because I think I started on some wooden knitting needles. I think I did a blog on it or something. But I started on these wooden I can't speak today. I started with these wooden knitting needles, and I couldn't get with the flow of the project. Like, I kept getting catches, and I didn't want to break the yarn because it's so incredibly thin. This is like a lace weight or a 0 or something, and I didn't want to break the yarn. So anyway, I got these, and I really love these so much so that I got another pair of them, I think in the same length, because I think that's 152 centimeters. I don't remember the inches right now, my brain cells are fried, but I got the 5mm in the same series because I started a dress. Okay, I started making a dress last year. That is another one of my whips. I think it's my longest ongoing whip right now. And I've been knitting it and knitting it and knitting it. And I put it down for like a couple of months here just because I haven't had the time. But it's getting longer, and I really want to expand it at the bottom again. I bought a hoop skirt, so I have some big plans for this dress, and I'm going to need ample space for it. See some stitches tried to get away from me, but I see them, so it's all good. And yeah, so anyway, I wanted to try out this knitting needle set for this dress, and I think maybe it'll go much faster for me because don't get me wrong, I really love my nylon needles, but I think I need something that works a little bit quicker. And yep, I got all my stitches. So yeah, I'm gonna pull these up so I don't lose any more stitches, because then I'd be sad. Alright, so I have that. I think I covered three of them. This sage over here in the corner, I started doing a shrug pattern. The idea came to me a little while ago to combine a couple of stitches, and then somebody from my Rumble community, because I kind of backed up my channel, more than one platform, but anyway, somebody from one of my other communities, they were like, oh, you should design a shrug, and like a garden shrug, and I'm like, okay. And then the semester picked up, so this has been a very slow going knitting project as well, but none quite as slow as this dress down here. But I can't wait to model that dress. I put on a few pounds since I started it, admittedly, but we're gonna see what I can do to get into that dress and model it, because that's just a lot of work, and it's custom made, so what can I do? What can I do? But this pattern I'm looking forward to completing finally and releasing on the blog like ASAP. I'm also going to be releasing a pattern for the market bag that I designed back in 2019, and I actually forgot about it because I did a photo shoot with it. I went out, took all my equipment with me. The shoot did not turn out well at all, and I was like discouraged by it. I'm like, oh, I'll try it again one day, and then I just totally forgot about the pictures, and I forgot about the pattern that I'd written. So anyway, I'm going to be releasing that. I know on April 1st, ironically, I said I was going to release it sometime in April. I did not intend for that to be an April Fool's joke, but it looks like that date has been pushed back to May. So these things happen. What else did I do? Oh, okay, my only crochet pattern right now that I'm working on that is a whip is one of my fishnet shawls. So I have had this colorway on my shelf for a long time. The first skein I had of it, well, it was a hank. The first hank that I had of it, I'd gotten in one of my subscription boxes when I was subscribed to Darn Good Yarn, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with the little one skeins, and that's partially why I started making little one-hit wonders like the Frost Fighter face mask, or face cowl rather, and I'd never quite figured out what I wanted to do with this yarn because it is a lace weight, but I think it is a very beautiful colorway, and the fiber of it is perfect for summer. So I just started stitching this up, and it's going by much quicker than I thought it would. I'm using a 4mm Susan Bates hook, which I rarely use either. Like, I usually don't use my Susan Bates hooks. But anyway, so this is what I have so far. It's like 24, oh, maybe it might be 30 rows now, but it's so thin. I love it. So I can't wait to finish it. I had another hank of it. I purposely went and bought another hank of it. They're two different dye lots, and so, you know, I know how to deal with it, and it also gave me an idea for another video for like a Sunday. So I'll be bringing up how to deal with dye lots in a future video, you know, so sneak peek. Okay, I think those are all my whips right now. I'm pretty sure those are all my whips right now. All 6 of them. Anyway, all of these projects have my utmost attention right now, and I'm trying to decide which one I want to finish first. I think I'm closer to finishing this red, white, and blue project that I'm doing than I am any other project. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say that, and then the fishnet shawl is probably second, and will probably be posted second. The other ones we'll see. The other ones we shall see. Alright, like I said, I have a whole list of stuff that I wanted to talk about. It's been over 2 months, guys. Forgive me. Oh, well, yeah, that's a big point. That's important. So, I wanted to talk to you about this May. So, today is April 30th. It's Friday. Hallelujah. I am officially done with all my classes, and Infiniti is going to take a little break. So starting tomorrow, I'm going on a hiatus, an extended hiatus, which again, there will be a blog post further detailing that, and then a post to the community. It'll come up tomorrow. I'm taking a little break. So if you guys have been around for a minute, know last year I ran into some like dental issues around time hiatus came up. And last year I actually couldn't deal with that. It kind of went away on its own, but like now, you know, I'd say about right before I launched my website, it was like, surprise, I'm back. And so now I'm going to just take time out and deal with Infinity's teeth, and you know, so I can keep doing these wonderful cheery videos with my pretty smile and continue living a decent life. So for the month of May, I'm planning on going in May. I will be totally MIA. I won't be able to respond to much, so I'll be busy between that and then helping my grandma with her stuff, and it's just going to be fun times. But I won't be doing statistics. Statistics hurt me so bad. Like, I have never hated a subject so much, and I love math. I love doing math. But my accounting class, which had a bunch of legal mumbo jumbo in it, okay, that class was much easier to understand, okay. I don't care about standard deviations. I come to realize, like, if I wanted to still teach math, that statistics class would have totally discouraged me from teaching math. That is how fun it was, okay. But anyway, I digress again. So yeah, anyway, extended hiatus. I'll still have content popping up on the YouTube channel and on the blog during the month of May. And then, as you guys know or may not know, I take June off, because that is my official hiatus. I take the whole month of June off, and then last year I came back on the 4th, or after the 4th of July, so I think this year would be a good idea to come back after the 4th of July. So I'm going to have a nice little block where Infinity gets to rest, and hopefully I'll be able to crank out some videos after my teeth heal and all of that fun stuff. I'm not looking forward to this. I am and I am not. So anyway, I'm a little nervous about it, but it's all good. So like I said at the beginning of the video, I did a bunch of hauling, and really it's just a collective bunch of mini hauls. Total, I have 161 skeins, hanks, and cakes surrounding me right now, and I am looking forward to opening them up. They all, for the most part, have designated projects, which I am proud of myself for, because as you guys may know, I tend to just buy random yarn sometimes. And I think a lot of us have that problem. Alright, so what I'm going to do is start getting into these boxes. I have cut them open before I turn the camera on, just to get my packaging slipped out the way and make sure everything is there. So I know for the most part what's in these boxes, but you guys don't, so I thought it would be fun to do this. People seem to really like my yarn hauls, so let's get into it. First of all, this one is a book. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys know right now. I have been wanting to expand my craft book collection for a minute, and so I found this one. And seeing as I have been really into knitting lately, oh, you know what, this is perfect. I wore a black shirt. So okay, this one is called Cast On, Bind Off, and what it is, it's like 54 different ways to cast on and bind off your knitting projects. And seeing as here lately I've been on a knitting binge, I thought that it would be a really great idea to learn how to do some different techniques. And so I like how this book has some really clear, bold illustration, and it's not just boring plain text, because I've seen enough of that this semester. So this is going to be fun. And then it has its little table of contents in the beginning. It's very short. It's a cute little book. So I look forward to flipping through this through the summer and hopefully trying some new stuff. All of the stuff that I'm going to show you guys today, I will have in a blog post that will release later on today, and you guys can view it and check out all my new stuff there. Okay, there's that book. This here. So I did a Joann's haul. That was my first stint, I guess, of yarn. And they sent my stuff in so many different little packages, because I got this book from Joann as well. But I bought Big Twist. Now, before, I never really bought Big Twist yarn. There's nothing against it. I was just a Red Heart kind of girl. But I have found myself liking some of the Big Twist type variations. So this one's called Soft Touch, and I compare it to Karen Simply Soft. I bought a bunch of these because if you guys remember, I created a hat pattern back in March, or I released it in March, and it's called the Infinity Beanie. It's named after me because I've always wanted to name a pattern after myself, and I figured I might as well do it. So I did do a whole blog and release thing about that, but basically it's a lot of bobbles and it's a lot of cabling. So I wanted to figure out what kind of pattern would say, infinity, and I thought that, you know, no pattern with my name on it could exist without having the cable stitch in there. So it is a crochet pattern. I'll eventually try to modify it into a knitting pattern. We'll see how that goes and when that might happen. I don't really know. It's not in my immediate plans, but it's back in the back of my brain somewhere to do. So I bought actually a lot of this Big Twist Soft Touch because I wanted to make up a bunch of those over the summer. That's another thing this summer. I am working on my fall inventory, so a lot of the pictures of the projects that I post on Instagram or my website, I haven't made available in my shop yet, which is also on my website, but it will come available sometime during the fall or like right at the end of August before I disappear into the void of university again. So yeah, and I'm excited about this semester because, good grief, this will be my first semester back on campus. I hadn't been on that campus since I did my tour of it back in like November of 2019, and I went over there the other day for like stuff with financial aid, and it was a ghost town. It was kind of depressing, but anyway, I'm looking forward to going back. They're going to open it back up for students to attend face-to-face classes. Couldn't be more overjoyed, even though I do really enjoy like being in online classes and being left alone, but that's another story. I should stop being so secluded. Alright, so I went on a Lion brand haul because they had like, was it 35% off or something on Kobu, I think, or it was just like 35% off. Anyway, I had a really good coupon, so I went and I bought like 2 of every color that they had. You might ask me why. I am planning on making up a bunch of those Centro scrunchies. So if you guys remember, if you've been following me for a while, I did a tutorial on my channel on how to make scrunchies on the Centro, the little mini Centro. And I was looking for an alternative to the the Pantone Caron blend thing, because the ones that I have, that scared me. The ones that I have, they are discontinued. They're bamboo and silk blend, and they don't make that particular blend. All they have is wool. And if you guys have been following me for any amount of time, you know that I don't typically make things you wear on your head with wool content, because wool can eat out your hair and ruin your hairline and all that, and yeah, no. So I don't fool around with wool hair accessories. So I found the Hobie yarn, and it's mostly what am I trying to say? It's mostly it's half bamboo and it's half cotton. So it feels nice, and it's about the same. Well, it's a little different, but it's about the same texture as the other 2 scrunchies that I was using. So I figured that this would be a great substitute, and it's thin enough where it will definitely work in that Centro knitting machine. I mean, look at that. If you can see it. Yep. So I'm excited to work with this. So I got the white, I got the brown. Well, actually it's called taupe. It's a taupe color. Excuse me. I will try not to go back and forth with their yarn names this time. I usually argue yarn names because they don't really look like the color they named it. But hey, this one's lilac, and I like this one. Clearly I like them because I bought them, so I'm just gonna like not say that. But like I said, I got 2 of each. And what's so funny is when I do these haul videos, my grandmother, whenever she comes across them, she'll be like, "You bought all of that yarn. Okay, I need to go shopping." I'm like, no, they're for projects, Grandma. But this one's silver. I really like this silver. Just said I wasn't going to say that anymore, but I really like this silver. Not all silvers are made equal. So there's that. I got 2 of those. I got I got beige. I was thinking on doing my neutral sets again, because I have a lot of scrunchies left over from the last batch that I made. You guys remember last summer I went on a whole binge of scrunchies, so I have some elastics left over, and I'll probably end up going back and buying more of them as I need them. But yeah, so what's this one? This one is tan. Wow, I got plenty of neutral colors. See, there's the other white. Okay, I got this really rich, like, terracotta color. It's called terracotta. I like this color as well. And I was thinking on doing a warm set of different colors. So it's not going to be verbatim the same scrunchies. I'm looking forward to adding these variations and making a new listing. This one is called pink. It's just regular pink. And then there's this pale pink that I have that looks white on camera. So yeah, it's pale pink. And you guys might notice this new shelf over here. I bought this specifically because I bought so much yarn. And so now, honestly, this time I'm going to take down that one shelf, just take all the yarn off of the shelf that's over there and take down, well, clear these shelves, and then I'm going to figure out how to store my yarn. I'm thinking like all my oddball yarns, like my Fruity Darn Good yarn colors, and then whatever other variegated skeins that don't quite match my color coding system, they can go on this shelf maybe, and then maybe I'll keep my books on top. I don't know, guys. I have not planned this out yet. But I was ready to get into my yarn, so I'm just like, you know what? Forget it. Let's go for it. You only live once. Alright, this one's called Mauve. I don't know if I'd call this mauve. It's like a dusty rose, but it's nice, pleasant. It would probably go... I would probably make a really girly pack of them. I don't think that one would go into my specific warm set. But either way, it's nice. This is peach. Which again, looks really white on camera. I don't know why. And then this orange. It's very vibrant. Very vibrant. So this would definitely go into my warms. Alright, so now I have this yellow. It's actually just regular yellow, which is very fun. I don't really work in yellow that often, I've come to notice. This steel blue, they call it steel blue, but it's very rich. I'd call it like maybe a sapphire, but it's lovely. I'm going to do a cool set. So right now I have the yarn for cools, neutrals, warms. Maybe I'll do a pastel something. Some of these colors don't really fit into those categories, like this minty green. It's called Lichen. Not really sure about that, but it's a very pretty pastel-y minty green. So I was thinking maybe that I would do a pastel set, maybe make them limited. I don't know yet. All the creative ideas get to flowing really when I'm like over here at 3 o'clock in the morning doing what I do best. So maybe I'll wait till then to come up with my color schemes. But nonetheless, this is going to be a scrunchy summer. This is called Denim, which is a nice dusty, light, medium blue. That's a good description. This is what art school has taught me so far, guys. Alright, now I have olive green. This is a really rich olive. I'm going to have to make myself some olive scrunchies because this is a really nice color. And then this is ice blue. So this was another one that's kind of pastelish, and I might end up putting this one in a pastel pack. I don't know if I should do these individually. Like, if any of you guys make scrunchies to sell at your like fairs or in your Etsy shops or regular shops or whatever, how do you sell yours? Because here lately, well, when I started making mine, I packaged them in like packs of 4, and I think the silk scrunchies are in packs of 5. And so I'm wondering, do you guys sell them individually? What increment do you sell them in? Like, how do you do that and make it work for you? Let me know. I'm also going to, I haven't done it yet, but I'm also going to go on Etsy and get some decorative paper because I found one that I really like. And if you guys don't know, I use these strips of decorative paper. I usually go to Blix because I splurge on art supplies. And they have these little packs of paper, decorative paper. It's handmade, so I really like it. And I strip them up, and that's how I bind my scrunchies together, so I don't really bother with the cards, and there's just like a unique piece of paper. But anyway, I'm gonna go on Etsy and do that because I found this really nice, like, Japanese inspired handmade, it's like Nepalese paper. It's so beautiful. Can't wait to get it. Gonna strip it up and package my new scrunchies in it, hopefully. I'm gonna try to, I think I'm at the end of my supply of the paper that I get from Blix, so hopefully relatively soon I'll be buying that paper and packaging these up. So now I'm going to put all these back in the box because I have nowhere for them to go right now. And then we're gonna get into another one of these boxes. And I was gonna do a whole reel, but like for like a short, I guess, for Instagram. But I'm dabbling in different stuff, and I'm just like, do I feel like doing that? Like, they're a really good way to get engagement on Instagram, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm bad at lives too. I've thought about doing live videos on YouTube, but I feel so awkward when I do lives because I don't really know what to talk about. Like, I depend a lot on people asking me questions, and like, if a bunch of people are quiet like you are, or like I am, you know, it doesn't really work out. So but yeah, and I still might someday do YouTube lives. I'm not sure. I haven't made my mind up on it yet. If that's something you guys would want to see, we can maybe try to plan something, because like I can do Q&As. I think that would be fun. That's usually what I kind of do when I go live. The last Instagram live I did, I just put my shelf together and answered questions. Some of my friends joined in on the live, and it was kind of cool. So yeah, ideas swirling around. Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna move this box. Alright, so I'm not really opening these boxes in any particular order. Like, I'm not opening them in the order that I purchased them in. However, this little box over here, it's probably off to the side, you can't see it. I came upon a gold mine, okay? I don't know if you guys realize that Hobie yarn that I just showed you has one color in particular that is really elusive, and it is the spring green color. And so, again, Lion Brand spammed me with another email that they were having a sale on their yarn, I think just in general. And just so happened they had it in stock, so I bought 4. I can never find this yarn at Joann, ever, online or in store. I can never find this on the Lion Brand site. And so when I saw this in stock, I bought 4 of them because I refused to run out of it. It is so elusive, and I just, you know, I needed it. So now I have absolutely all the colors of the Hobie yarn, unless they come out and make another color on me, and then I'll have to cry about it. But I was really excited to do this yarn haul because really, between like yarn and like techie stuff like camera equipment or other technology, that's kind of the only 2 things that I really like splurge on per se. Others, well, apart from my art supplies. So there's like a limited group of things that I will actually go and splurge and spend a lot of money on. And yeah, yarn is clearly one of them, but it's for a good purpose. I'm trying to build my business. That's what I keep telling myself. So this other part of my shipment from Joann here, and I really like that the tape is a different color because I can kind of organize stuff like this. This other part is just my soft touches, all in one bag. Like when I got this box and I like slid it open, I'm just like, oh, that's all that's in there. I think maybe my Lion Brand basic stitch, there we go, I think that's in here as well, but it's all smushed in here together. I got this really pretty sapphire teal color, what's it called? Blueberry. It's called Blueberry. I can't wait to put this together on my Infinity Beanie just to see how it looks. And I was also thinking about getting fur palms to put on top of them, but I really don't know about that at the moment. Like, I'm gonna have to buy a lot of them. But yeah, this blueberry color, I thought it would be really fun to make the Infinity Beanie in this color. Don't ask me why. I was just kind of in the mood to shop. But I got more black basic stitch because, like, my grandmother likes to take my yarn. Not take it, she asked for it, and like, who tells grandma no? So I got 4 skeins of the black basic stitch because I want to do more of my neon rave colored beanies, and that colorway is actually the one that I was wearing in my website launch blog I did on Valentine's Day. So yeah, that color, because I have one in stock. I see it. I have one in stock right now, and so I really like that colorway, and I want to build on it because I do have more of that color, and I don't really feel like making another Hold Me Tight shawl at the moment. Okay, this one is called Rose. It's a nice dusty rose color. Again, gonna see how that turns out on the Infinity Beanie. If I don't like it, I'm gonna frog it. This red, this is the red that I used for the display picture of the Infinity Beanie that's on my website right now. And I'm sure some people who follow me on Etsy are wondering if I am going to update it, and I am. I plan on putting all of my patterns over on Etsy, but I'm going to do it all at one time. So once I get things, you know, settled and I can make the listings and publish them, I will. But for the most up-to-date releases for my patterns, you'd have to check out my website for that. This one, oh, another dusty one. So I think I got 2 of each color. I really like this green. It's kind of like old looking. It's called Spring Green, but it's more of a light sage to me. It's very pretty. It's not as light as you guys are seeing it on camera. Like, I realize that it's really bright on camera, but it's not that bright. It's more muted. Alright, so I got 2 of these. You know, I'm going to have a field day recycling all these boxes. Do I want to go with Lion Brand, or do I want to just take care of the elephant in the room? I guess I'll deal with this one. So, the elephant in the room, right? So, I got this box, and as I said in my blog post, I accidentally bought too many of these blocking squares because I have like a lot of them already. I think I have like 8, which is usually sufficient for the things that I make. And I really wanted one, but somehow I ended up with 2 of these, and they charged me for it, so apparently I added them in there. So I said I was probably going to keep a set for future giveaways because I don't need all of these squares. I just don't. And so one of them is going to go down here on the shelf. I don't know why I'm filling up this shelf knowing full well that I'm going to have to take it all off of there. But anyway, okay, so I got this Heartland yarn tweed. And you might ask me why. These are also for the Infinity Beanies. This color is... It's called Mount Rainier Tweed. It's so cute. It has like all these... it has all the primary and secondary colors. Just little flecks in here. And I love it. So the original Infinity Beanie that I created was also a Heartland. It was in Heartland, and it was like the gold color. I don't remember exactly what the name of the color was. But I was thinking that I could do the beanie in Heartland yarn, and I will for the most part, but the Big Twist Soft Touch or the Caron Simply Soft, they're just like less expensive alternatives, and I wanted to be able to maximize my haul this time. So I only got a few. Well, I got a couple of those, and then I got a couple in this purple. It's called Hot Springs. It's an odd name, but anyway, it's called Hot Springs. And so I was thinking about the texture of the beanie would look really nice in a rich purple. So I got these 2 because they inspired me the most, basically. And that's all the Heartland I got. Now, I did get a skein of Red Heart Red because I don't have that red, and I feel like there's a project that I was thinking of when I bought this. Oh, okay, yeah, so I did, way back when I first started my channel, that video is no longer available. When I first started my channel, I did a crochet pattern patch of the coffee blog's symbol. So I was planning on making a gold blanket because I'm a Coffee Gold member, so I can do all the customization stuff, and it's really cool. It's a cool way to raise funds for my projects. and stuff for the site. That's partially how I was able to launch my website in February, through donations and contributions through there. So thank you to everybody who donated. That was super cool. I got this because I'm planning on still doing that blanket. I still have all my skeins of gold over there. I think I'm out of white. I didn't buy a 4-weight white, but you know what? That's just an excuse to go back to the yarn store. So, you know, happy accidents, right? Okay, here's the other silver and the other pink that I got. This one's called Magenta, I guess. And this one's a misty silver. This silver is very pretty, and my grandmother kind of wanted it, but I was like, no. So, there's those two. I also have, I have it in white. It's just pure white. I thought it'd be fun to do the Infinity Beanie in white. Like I said, all these soft touches are for the Infinity Beanie. So I'm planning on having a bunch of colors, and hopefully it does pretty well. This one is called Cream. And then, let's see. There's like this tannish taupe color. It's actually called taupe. I was spot on. Okay. For once, I'm spot on with these colors. Alright, so I've been wanting this particular yarn for a minute because the color combinations are just really pretty. It's called Crochet Socks FX. It's by Patterns, and they have a couple different colorways that I really think that I would enjoy. This is one of them. It's called Celestial, and of course it's a sock yarn. I was thinking about knitting socks with it, but actually I might not. I don't know what I want to make with it now. So now it doesn't have a specific project, but it's a tiny little baby skein. It's so adorable, and it is 166 yards of yarn. It's 75% wool and 25% nylon. So it's one of those blends. It'll be going on my wool shelf because of the content. Like I said, I typically kind of keep my wool away from my other yarns. I wish they would have had these in the plastics, but I typically wash the things that I sell. So I'll be sure to make note of that. But yeah, no, usually I keep my wool content separated because I don't know anybody with a wool allergy, but I know they exist. So I try to be conscious of that, considering I want to make stuff to sell. So that's a thing. And then, okay, I bought this mandala in Pixie because last year when I was making all my mandala sets, I made a hat. I cranked out the hat first, and this yarn is really thin, single ply, and I realized all too late that I would have been better off doing the double layered beanies that I was making. So in order to redeem myself and make a set in that colorway, I bought this. So I'm looking forward to completing my color combos, because all of my long scarves, I have this pixie color in the long scarf, but I don't have it in the set. So I wanted to make sure I have a set, because yeah. Alright, my pounds of love. Here lately I have been on a binge with Lion Brand yarn, and I guess mostly because it works really well in my Centro. And for a while there I was on a Centro spree, so that's one thing. And then it's just been really nice working with it lately, something that's like a different texture, because usually, like I said, I'm a Red Heart girl, but these different yarns, I'm really liking them. And then these indie yarns that I'm buying, they're really nice as well. Okay, I bought this taupe because I didn't even know they made this color of Pound of Love. I just wanted it. I was thinking about getting the carrot orange at some point and making like striped hat sets for the shop, but we'll see about that later. Like I said, I don't have any like a thick 4-weight white yarn, so I'm going to end up going somewhere and getting some white yarn at some point. Not soon, but yeah. Anyway, like I said, I bought more of this because I was running low on this. I have some other shade of red over there in in Pound of Love. Don't really know what it is from this distance, but yeah, it's way different from the red that I'm working with for my project down there. So I wanted to get that replaced in case I come up with any more bright ideas. I needed to replace that particular white. Now the Pounds of Love, they are a 4-weight yarn, but I always classify them as a thin 4-weight yarn. They're much thinner than, like, say, Red Heart or Karen Simply Soft. So This wouldn't really work in the project that I'm doing, so I of course had to restock on my white because I am low on that from this project, which is still cool. And I'm thinking about making some white beanies. And I know it's a little weird to make headwear in white, or at least it is to me, because I don't know, I use a lot of hair products, so I don't typically have white headgear, but I know quite a few people who like to have that pure white look in the wintertime, so I just make it. I bought 2 blacks, okay? I bought 2 blacks because black is the color that I run out of the quickest. And it also works really well in my Centro machine, so it's a win-win situation. I feel like there was something else. Oh, I got a bright idea after I did one of my other Lion Brand hauls for a design which will be much like the red, white, and blue one down there, but it will just be black in another color. So as soon as I get done with this pattern and testing and seeing what modifications I'll make with it, I'm going to try to go for it with the black. So yeah, I want to have plenty of that on hand for that project. And this last one is my navy because I'm almost out, like I said. I went ahead and threw it back over on the other side with the rest of my project that I'm working on. So there's that. I always get these huge boxes, and now I'm going to have to haul all this stuff upstairs. Okay, it is so nice to see that chair again, guys. Like, it's been buried for a couple months now. Now I'm going to come over here and get these boxes. Slightly in. Okay, yep. Of course, it's Lion Brand. That is up against the wall. Okay. Of course, this is Lion Brand. So this box is super important. It is crazy important. And it just reminded me that this is not the end of it. I have a bag of yarn down here that I was about to forget, but okay. Anyway, this box, and I think that box too, are so important, and you might ask me why. So as you guys know, I love all of my patterns that I design, clearly. However, one is special in my heart, and I think at this moment that one pattern is my Fishnet Shawl. It's versatile. I've worn it personally. I've made several of them over its lifetime, so I just really like it, okay? And the most magical combination that I discovered for that pattern was Lion Brand Ferris Wheel yarn, okay? Like I said, I went on a bit of a Lion Brand spree here. I have an obsession right now. Gonna get over this obsession at some point. But anyway, I'm going to probably pop pictures up of it in case you guys are new or don't remember it. I love that shawl, specifically the one that I made in the green variegated color. I call it Cucumber. It's actually called Evergreen or something like that. And I bought more of it because I wanted to make more of those for my fall inventory. So the Fishnet Shawl can be worn in autumn months, like early autumn, before it gets cold. And depending on the fiber you use, it can be like mildly warm. So with this one, it can be a little comfortable actually. Mostly for indoor stuff, but you can wear it outside. It's not a heavy yarn. I adore these Ferris wheel colors so much. So I actually liked it's called Cherry on Top, and I just posted pictures of it over on Instagram recently. Absolutely love it. I liked it way more than I thought I would. And I usually don't like pinks so much. I don't really wear pink. I think I have one pink shirt in my wardrobe, and that is it. But this combination, it's not really pinky. It's not really girly pink. It's like reds and browns. It's really lovely when it works up. And I'll probably pop a picture of that up on the side as well, because yeah, that's a really good combination. Anyway, I am going to make a bunch of fishnet shawls. So I will be whipping out my Furrows crochet hooks because I like working on those projects and they build so fast. I can like get through one in a single day. And so when I work with my Furrows hooks, I don't have hand cramps. Even though I take breaks, you know, like with a regular hook that doesn't have an ergonomic handle, your hand kind of gets tired after a while. I don't have that so much with the furls hooks, so where I'm still going to take breaks, I'm going to use my furls. And so at this point I can have like 2 going on at one time because I got the Supernova. I was actually able to get one of their limited edition hooks, and I was so stoked about that over the summer. Okay, this color is called Buttercup. It's very autumnal, so I'm looking forward to working this up. I think I'm gonna like this like I did the Chimera color of the Mandala yarn. I really love that colorway. I almost kept the long scarf for myself. If you guys remember, I took that picture a long time ago. I look so moody in that picture. I swear I'm nicer than my face lets on. But yeah. And then I got this color. It's a pretty blue. It's called Full Moon. I don't know, it's just very peaceful to look at, so I feel like the shawl is going to come out really nicely with that one. And I got 2 of each because it takes 2 cakes to make one shawl. So all the colors that I'm showing you I have 2 of. Alright, and then I have this fun looking color. It's called Sprinkles, and I feel like I'm going to love this one too because it's so vibrant and it goes really well with my dark wardrobe. Oh my gosh, that's going to be so fun to do. Okay, so 1, 2. I feel like this color is different. What is this color? No. Okay, so there's Buttercup. What's this one? Okay, this one's called Summer Day. Don't know really why they came up with that, but it's really nice. It's like a muted version of the Sprinkles. So, yeah, I have 6 colors. Okay, yeah, so I've shown you all the colors that I have in this box. So then, after I did this box, Lion Brand decided to tease me again with another coupon. And I'm like, you know what, something's got to give. So I started ignoring my emails for a couple of days just to kind of get a break from all the shopping. So this box also contains my beloved Ferris wheels. Okay. Alright, so this one, I went out on a limb here. Okay, this one's called Marmalade, Pink Marmalade. Okay, this is really not my, not my choice colors combination, you know, but these aren't necessarily for me. So, you know, I figured I'd just kind of branch out, see how they work up. And if it moves, it moves. If it doesn't, I'll be sad. But otherwise, I mean, either way, that color's really, I mean, like, it's bold, it's interesting, but it's not my personal preference, you know? So, I bought more Full Moon because I felt like, I just had a feeling that I would really like the color, how this color would work up. So I bought more of it so I can have 2 shawls in stock. Gonna be fun. I bought more sprinkles because I had the similar feeling there. Look, Lion Brand coupons are so dangerous. They are so dangerous. I love it. What is this? Okay, I did find another color that I wanted to test out, and this is really pretty. It's like fairies. I don't know. So it makes me think of, but it's called Cotton Candy. It's very light, very pastel. If I hold it against my shirt, maybe you can see it better. It's very light, very pastel. It's very pretty. So I have 2 of those, so that'll be another colorway of the Fishnet Shawl. Don't ask me what happened to the Airway Shawl. Like, I made a few of them last year. I do plan on going back and revisiting that pattern. But right now, I'm just kind of obsessed with the fishnets. So, I have that. And then I got, I think this is called Java. No, it's called Morning Java. And it's like a mixture of browns and muted grays and tans. And I think it'll be interesting. I just thought it'd be interesting. So, that is the end of my Lion Brand mania here. Where am I going to put all this stuff? I'm really glad I'm going on hiatus right now because that gives me a few days to leave my craft table full of yarn and I don't have to deal with it like right at this moment. But yeah. And I also can't find my phone now. I'm supposed to call my mother back, but I guess now I'm going to have to move the yarn so I can find my phone. But I'm going to move this. Okay, so last but not least, okay guys, I did my first order from Hobie Yarns. And I did a little blog on it. I recorded a little video on my blog about it. So you guys can check that out if you want to. But I bought the yarn, guys. I've been kind of just staring at them through the glass window for a while. And I'd seen a lot of different reviews, but their yarn selection is actually really gorgeous. And I know for a fact that I bought 42 skeins and balls of yarn from them. I don't remember, and cakes, there we go. I bought all the shapes because all yarn shapes are beautiful. So I'm going to move all this plastic out of my way and then we're going to dive into this bag. Okay, so I know I said it in the video on my blog, but I want to say it here. I was really impressed when I did this order. I ordered it on a Tuesday, and mind you, Hobie is based in Denmark, so I ordered it on a Tuesday and I got it that Friday. That was amazing to me. I'm like, FedEx in this country doesn't move that fast. What were you guys doing? So that was really, really awesome. And there was like the bag was damaged, but like if you're used to ordering things from outside of the country, you know, the packages really take a beating. So something's bound to happen. But all of my stuff is in there, so I'm good. So now I'm just gonna snip this open. Because there was actually, there was, well, I don't know if it's really new. I guess it's new. This new line of yarn of theirs, and I don't know if you guys remember. You might if you've been following me for a while, but when I was on my personal Instagram, I did this photo shoot, and I had my black little retro dress on, and I had this wrap that I made for this lady that I used to volunteer for, and it was all feather stitch. It was absolutely gorgeous in my opinion, you know, my humble opinion as the creator. And so she loved it as well. But I actually really like working up the feather stitch, and so I wanted to do more of those. However, the source where I used to get the yarn to make those feather stitches, I just didn't want to order from anymore, so I didn't. And yeah, I got these new yarns from Hobie, and I found a new yarn shop that I want to support. So anyway, I got these colors. So it's called Colorina, and absolutely beautiful. And I found it funny that the yarn form that I worked those feather stitch shawls, that almost did not come out right. The form of the yarn that I worked those shawls with were also like this, so I thought that was really cool. Their colors are really bold. These are 80% acrylic and 20% wool, and by comparison the other feather stitch shawls that I used to make were 100% wool, but I'm willing to trade that off. These colors are beautiful. They're I can never pronounce it, Okiotex certified. This ball contains 218 yards, which is about the same. I think the other one was like 217, so it's like the best possible trade-off that I could have asked for. So for each color, I think I got 6 of them because it took me 6 of those other balls of yarn to make one feather stitch wrap. So yeah, and I never released them on Etsy. I wrote in my blog post that I'll be releasing today, I never released it on Etsy because between the fees that Etsy charges, the cost of materials to import that yarn, and like the labor of it, I didn't feel right charging those prices. So I was able to like get my supply of yarn at a discounted rate, and I'll be able to price them the way I want to price them, which, you know, which is really great for me. So I'm happy about that. I probably should have kept a box. I guess I'll be using the big box. Now what's going to be really fun is when my grandmother sees this video. She's going to be like, are you kidding me? And then she's going to tell me that I can never buy yarn again. And we all know that's not going to happen. But yeah, so this color is called, well, it's actually just color number 12. It had a name on it. I could have sworn. Well, since I can't find it on the label at the moment, I'm pretty sure this color, I think I found all the colors and I listed them in the blog. So again, I'll leave that blog link either in my description box or in the comment section below, so you guys can find the colors and the names of everything that I got today, or over the last 2 months, whatever you want to call that. Alright, I got this really pretty color. It's a mixture of grays and whites, and it's really nice. I don't know, I have a thing for monochrome colors. Okay, so next I have this, like, it's like a brown and white color. I don't know how to describe it. I'm just saying everything is really pretty, because everything is really pretty. But this one is color number 13. And, I don't know, again, I think this is going to look really nice with the feather stitch. I worked that feather stitch with that other variegated yarn, but then I've also worked it with like Lion Brand Scarfy, and I liked how that variegation worked up, so I have a feeling that I'm going to get similar results to that with looking at how the colors are coming through in these balls of yarn. This one, again, reminds me of like fairies. Okay, so it's a really pretty pastel shades of purple type deal going on here. This is going to be fun to work with. And like I said, I got 6 balls of each of these because I estimate that's about what I need per wrap, shawl, whatever you want to call that. Here's more of that color I just had. And then this color reminded me of the one that I was wearing in that photo shoot. It's not exactly the same, but it's pretty darn close. So I grabbed it because, you know, I'm nostalgic and I wanted to make another one that was very similar. I don't know if I'll be keeping it for myself or if I'll be putting it up in my shop. That is to be determined. Okay, and then I have this. This green is actually prettier in person. It's kind of foresty. It reminds me of the Ferris wheel yarn in Evergreen. I keep calling it cucumbers because I call the shawl cucumber. But anyway, it reminds me of that colorway a lot. Like, there's different variations of green, but they're not like deep, deep green. So I think this is going to be really, really, really interesting. All of these are going to be really interesting. This is going to be a fun summer for me. And I know I may sound like I'm old, but yes, a fun summer for me is being indoors in the AC and crocheting and knitting to my heart's content. So yeah, and kicking back and watching anime because yeah. So, and then this one is very similar to that one with more white in it. I like how some of these have more of some color than the other ones. I can't English today. I don't know why. Maybe I've been talking too long. I feel like I've done a bunch of takes for this video. I guess it couldn't really be helped because it's been so long since I've been on camera. But yeah. So all my purples. I'm trying to think if those are all the colors I got of these, because I feel like I got 5 or 6 colors. I don't remember. I don't remember. But this big box is coming in handy. Ooh, this is pretty. Okay, so this one's like a lot of teal blues and purples and a little bit of green mixed in there. This is nice. I'm going to have so many things to put in that shop. This is more of that first color, and this one has more red in it. This one's like a mixture of reds, blues, a little bit of purple in there. So yeah, there's like 42 skeins. I mean, you know, things of yarn in this box. Bag. I don't know my materials now. Okay. I think those are all the colorways that I got, oops, of these. If I'm not mistaken. They also give you a free gift in your orders. So they gave me these crystal buttons, which I think are perfect for my frost fighters. So whenever I get back around to making the frost fighters, I think I'm going to make a special one with these crystal buttons on there. They're very pretty. Okay, cool. And then, is this a different color? So interesting. You think like you run into a different color, as some of these have so much, some of these are so different from the other ones in their color group. But that's what makes this yarn kind of cool. So I think those are all of my colors for these. I'm just kind of pulling them all out of here. Found my packaging slip. Okay, so another thing I got, these are going to be discontinued, and I really wanted them. Okay, so these are called their Cotton Kings. This is like the regular Cotton King. They have what's called Cotton King Deluxe, which has more yardage in it. But this has, it has 874 yards of yarn in it. And before I ordered it, I realized that it was similar to that rainbow yarn that I showed you guys earlier. But I really wanted it. If you guys haven't picked up on it, I love making like patriotic colored stuff. So this was right up my alley, and since it was going to be discontinued, Infinity thought it'd be a good idea to rack up on it for whenever she's inspired to do a project. So if I'm not mistaken, I bought 6. So this pack has 5, and then here's my 1. This is so exciting. These tiny cakes have all this yarn in it, and even though it's thin, I know I'm going to be knitting with it since it's this thin. I can't imagine doing a crochet project with it. More power to the people who do crochet lace, because gosh, I don't have the patience, I don't think. Which says a lot. I have a lot of patience. But yeah, so I think that's the end of this bag, aside from all my duplicate balls of yarn. And this, yeah, this is the end of my yarn haul. And I look forward to going back to Hobie, because there's other cakes and skeins that I've had my eyes on for a little while, and I want them. But right now, I know I don't have the room for them, so that helps me not to go buy stuff, because I do not have the room for any more yarn. I'm going to have the time of my life trying to figure out how I want to redo my shelves, and I will 9 times out of 10 put a picture of my reimagined shelves on Instagram and maybe Pinterest. I don't know. I am on Pinterest, guys, so if you guys are on Pinterest, you can follow me over there. Be really cool. I'm always posting stuff either from my website or from the YouTube channel, and I have everything in a category, so it's really easy to find. I always talk about my Instagram or but I never really talk about my Pinterest, and I've actually been working, I think, harder on Pinterest than I have my Instagram. So anyway, okay, so that is all the yarn that I bought over the last couple of months. It is a lot. I can hardly move this way of my studio now, but it's going to be so much fun taking down my shelves and putting everything in its place, and I look forward to sharing that over on Instagram and on my website. I don't know, one weird thing about me is that I really like organizing things by color, even if they don't stay that way all the time. It's the process for me. So this is going to be a massive project. I am glad that I don't have to record anything at the moment, because I'm going to need my table for the next couple of days in order to have everything kind of spread out and then put it all back. It's going to be so much fun, guys. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me today. I know it's been a while, and I know it's about to be a little bit of time again, but I do plan on doing a video maybe in the next couple of weeks. Priscilla from Distinctive Crochet did this video about 10 non-yarny things about herself, and I thought that was really fun, and she basically challenged everybody that was watching the video. So I thought that it would be fun to also do that type of video. I had a really tough time thinking of 10 things that aren't related to yarn about myself. It's probably really bad. But I look forward to sharing them with you in the coming weeks. And yeah, until next time, guys, happy making. And if you want to keep up with me, pretty much everything you want to find between my social media, the merch shop, what's going on with YouTube can be found on my website, which is always linked in my description box below. Like I said, I'll be linking that blog, so you guys can find absolutely everything that I purchased in this video today, in case you saw something that you wanted to get for yourself. Talk to me in the comments, leave this video a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe. I'll do another haul at some point this year, maybe once I have powered through at least half of this stuff that I just bought. Alright, and until next time guys, happy making!